Well, hello there, everyone. I am back in New Jersey now and had a travel day yesterday. And we're going to do lesson number 52 of A Course in Miracles. But before we get into that one, I want to talk about yesterday's lesson. Lesson number 51, our instructions were to go through the lessons, the 5 lessons, and pick one that resonates. And the one for me yesterday was, I am never upset for the reason I think. I was traveling in the airport yesterday, and I'm one of those people that is having a hard time with not passing judgment on those people that I see wearing multiple masks, or my judgment that I'm projecting onto them that they're just complying and they have no desire to question authority or resist this in any way. And so then I take that on. It's all my imagination, this like fantasy that I created. And it makes me upset. The bottom line is it makes me upset. And what I realize is it has nothing to do with those other people or the masks or the virus or anything. And it's all generated in my mind because, these other beings are aspects of me, showing me where I still have these emotions inside of my subtle bodies and things that are held on inside of me that I need to release. And I'm projecting them out really as a gift to myself, as an opportunity to see that there's still a lot of muck and mire in my system. So that one really resonated for me yesterday. I'm curious to see which ones were your that spun you up the most or got you the most at peace, whatever it is. So here we go. Lesson number 52 of A Course in Miracles. Today's review covers these ideas. Number 1, and this is lesson number 6. Today we're doing 6 through 10. I am upset because I see what is not there. Reality is never frightening. It is impossible that it could upset me. Reality brings only perfect peace. When I am upset, it is always because I have replaced reality with illusions I made up. The illusions are upsetting because I have given them reality, and thus regard reality as an illusion. Nothing in God's creation is affected in any way by this confusion of mine. I am always upset by nothing. Lesson number 2. I see only the past. As I look about, I condemn the world I look upon. I call this seeing. I hold the past against everyone and everything, making them my enemies. When I have forgiven myself and remembered who I am, I will bless everyone and everything I see. There will be no past, and therefore no enemies. And I will look with love on all that I failed to see before. Lesson number 3. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see only my own thoughts, and my mind is preoccupied with the past. What then can I see as it is? Let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. I'm going to read that again. Let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. Oh, that's really good. Let me understand that I am trying to use time against God. Let me learn to give the past away, realizing that in so doing, I am giving up nothing. Lesson 4. I see nothing as it is now. If I see nothing as it is now, it can truly be said that I see nothing. I can see only what is now. The choice is not whether to see the past or the present. The choice is merely whether to see or not. What I have chosen to see has cost me vision. Now I would choose again that I may see. And last one, lesson 5, my thoughts do not mean anything. I have no private thoughts, yet it is only private thoughts of which I am aware. What can these thoughts mean? They do not exist, and so they mean nothing. Yet my mind is part of creation and part of its creator. Would I not rather join the thinking of the universe than to obscure all that is really mine with my pitiful and meaningless private thoughts? Okay, I gotta love that. Funny language sometimes. Pitiful and meaningless. So again, for today, read through these yourself and then select the one that really resonates, that you're going to get the most juice out of the squeeze. And repeat it in your mind several times today and see what you learn or what dawns on you. Okay, so let's read from A Year of Forgiveness and see what Jesus has to say about Lesson 52, which is review number 1, part 2. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. We experience such delight from the joy this being, Tina, gets from teaching. She has reaped the rewards of her studies and finds joy in the simplest things, things she would not have enjoyed before. I am that one you know as Jesus, and life is good. Living is good. Fantasies are problematic. Most of you live in a fantasy world in which you think about the past and the future all the time. You judge and assess and attack and fantasize, and you are not present in the moment, which is the only moment you have to experience yourself. This mind training program is powerful. Each lesson reveals what you do. They do not reveal what the world or your enemies do to you. They reveal what you do to yourself when you think about people not with you, judge situations you have no qualifications to judge, or assess other people's behavior as good or bad and decide self-righteously what you would do in that circumstance. You have no idea the internal promptings or guidance that person you self-righteously judge has. You live in a fantasy world. This fantasy world creates emotions and feelings. When you watch a movie in your head, tell a story, or judge others' actions, you generate feelings of upset, suffering, sadness, guilt, and self-righteous anger. All those feelings you go through each day because of what you think about, judge, and do in your mind, dreaming, watching movies in your mind, take a toll on you. They use a lot of energy. They, in fact, make you sick. Once you come to a place of peace and realize what you do to yourself when you leave what you consider reality and live in the present moment, you have a completely different experience. You experience what A Course in Miracles calls the happy dream. Yet you still dream, but you are not in separation from God. You are at home in God always. The biggest part of you remains connected to all that is. Your outward body and small personality do not represent all of who you are, though you think they do. They make up a very small part of what you actually are. The happy dream is the next step in your evolution. You go from the fantasies and illusions in your mind, the judgment, hatred, and desire for separation and attack, to resting in love and peace. You connect with knowledge, wisdom, and profound guidance. I am that one you know as Jesus. We love you very much on this side of what you call the veil. We offer these teachings with open arms. We ask for nothing in return, just that you try something to have a new experience. We will see you again tomorrow. All right, well, good luck today with your lessons, and try not to be in that fantasy world as much. One thing I will say, I've been getting this feeling lately, as far as like saying that our personality, Jesus is saying our personality is sort of like something that we made up in a way. I've been feeling a little bit more the sense of neutrality, where it's interesting for me because a lot of times I'm a little bit more like excited and kind of happy and goofy, but there's this place in my identity now, I guess, that can hold this space of just a little bit more neutrality, and I don't need to like bring out my personality. So I'm just noticing these things about myself this time around when I'm doing the lessons, and I think it's really cool to observe. So hopefully you're observing things about yourself too, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming.